Professional organizations for instructional designers. So when you graduate, or right now, if you want to connect with other people in whatever specialty of instructional design you want to go into, there are a few organizations that you should know about. The first is the Learning Guild. This is kind of a pseudo organization. It's free to get a membership for the Learning Guild. I'm going to do a lot of poking through my browser here. The Learning Guild, you may or may not know the name from the conferences they put on. The major conferences they put on are Learning Solutions and DevLearn. I'll talk about those in my conferences section. What's also really nice is that they have a ton of content. Again, it's free to become a member. It used to be like $30 or something a year. It's already pretty cheap. It's really nice that they have a ton of free content. They have a lot of free articles, and they have some really nice free research and publications. They have, I think I saw it earlier, they have things like, I should have pulled this up already. They have things like salary reports for instructional design, which I think are pretty great. Let's see if I can search, find that one. Let's search, let's do salaries. So they send out a big survey. There you go. So this one's a little bit dated. I'm sure there's a newer one. If you join the Learning Guild for free, you get free access to all of their reports and all of their content and things. And I'm not logged in. And they do run a survey every year or so, and they ask everyone what their salary is. So that's a really nice opportunity to kind of dive in and see what other people are making. So as you are interviewing for jobs or considering what jobs are out there, you can get an idea of what to expect at what level of like instructional designer that you want to work at. Or if you're looking to move into like management or leadership, they have that kind of stuff in there as well. So that's really nice about that. What else do they have? They do have a job board. Speaking of jobs, I mean, there's a lot of, not a lot in here. You can see there's only like a handful of things for each, but you know, it's a place to be able to poke around and see what's there. What else do they have? They have an XAPI cohort they want to share with you. Oh, they also have webinars. If you have taken 530 with me or talked to me about SCORM, when you take your Storyline or Captivate project, if you want it to function in a learning management system and talk to the gradebook, you can do that using SCORM. SCORM is the industry standard by which e-learning talks to the learning management system, but the newer version, kind of the future version of SCORM is called XAPI. And XAPI is more detailed and granular, and actually takes some coding right now to be able to talk to the grade book. And it does more than just report a grade. It'll tell you if someone's viewed something in your e-learning. It'll tell you if like how much of a book someone's read, how much of a video someone has watched. It gets really, really granular with what it will report. So the Learning Guild offers a free XAPI cohort. You can sign up, and I think it starts like every month or so. It's 12 weeks, and you actually become part of a cohort where you actually build a project using XAPI, and you can learn how that works. So that might be something fun, you know, once you are no longer in classes, whether you're doing a certificate or the master's degree. You could continue your learning if you wanted to, if that was maybe something you wanted to try out, and that's totally free. So that's a pretty cool thing that the Learning Guild offers. Back, and they do offer occasional webinars as well. We'll talk more about DemoFest and the conferences, but there's some DemoFest webinars. It's real people showing their real world projects, which is really cool. And you can see there's some, if I was logged in, it'd probably show me more here. Some other good things that are free here as well. And, you know, they're sponsored by, you know, industry vendors, which is fine. So that is Learning Guild. They have a lot of cool stuff. Again, it's free. I should have logged in advance, but you can see there's a lot of recorded stuff as well that you can go back and poke around and have a look at. All right, next up is ATD. All right, so ATD is huge and it's expensive. They put on a massive international conference every year. And more importantly, they have local chapters, which I'll talk about next. If you become a member of ATD, or if you don't become a member of ATD, they have a lot to offer. Really importantly, I want to share with you that they have their own press. And we actually use at least one of their books in MSIDT. We use, I believe, oh, I could be wrong. I was thinking Leaving Addie for Sam was a ATD book, but I can't remember. But in any case, they publish really high quality books in instructional design and e-learning and training and development as well. You can see some of those here. And if you go to their conference, you'll actually see a lot of the authors of these books go and present at the conference. The conference is really great, but crazy expensive. So it's a really useful place to find some really good high quality books in instructional design and e-learning. You can see they're priced a little higher than maybe some things you might find elsewhere, you know, $28, $29, $30. You don't see a lot of these in libraries either, unfortunately. You usually have to buy a copy, but the books are super high quality. They also offer, again, if you want to expand your learning, they offer a ton of courses and certificates. So things like training facilitation, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and talent development certificate. So if you're looking at talent development, I should probably explain the title. Talent development is basically, it's like instructional design in corporate speak. So ATD does have more of a corporate focus where they're really looking at training and instructional design as developing the talent in an organization. So they have a wide variety of things that they offer, both asynchronous and synchronous courses, with the goal of you know, helping you all become better at talent development. Membership is pretty pricey. It's like $300 a year to be a member of the national organization, but they have non-member prices for a lot of the stuff on their websites. If you want to, you know, do a course or something, you could do that without having to pay $300. As I mentioned, though, more importantly, ATD has local chapters, and the pricing for the local chapters is much more reasonable. So this is a great way for you to network where you are and figure out who the local people are, the leaders are where you are. So you pop over to this chapter locator. I think that's, oops, no. I think it's 92834 is Fullerton zip code. Yep, I remember. So you can take a look here. There's not a ton of chapters. There's only 2 in the Southern California area. But if you're in or around Orange County, Fullerton, that's your local chapter there. To join your local chapter is still kind of pricey. It's $100 a year if you want to join your local chapter, but you get kind of a lot for your money. You can do all their networking events. They offer professional development. They do some virtual learning. Oh yeah, if you want to continue your learning again, they offer an enrollment discount on a couple of programs there. What else do they offer? Oh yeah. They offer regular webinars. If you register early enough, it's free to you as a member. So you can see here, they got a kind of random things, the monumental impact of ChatGPT and AI on learning and development. That sounds pretty cool. You can become part of the leadership of your local chapter, which is cool. Master the art of creating positive workplace culture. Practical techniques to stop procrastinating. I mean, who doesn't need that? So those are all free for you if you are a member of your local chapter. And again, that's an opportunity too to become a leader in your local chapter and get involved. That's a great way to network as well. I love getting involved in stuff. I was just elected vice president of the learning roundtable for the American Library Association. I still have a toe in libraries, and I'm interested in, you know, being a leader in that chapter or in that roundtable and networking with people that do similar things that I do, because on the side I do some training for librarians and educators. So there's volunteer opportunities as well. There's special interest group events for the local chapter. This is all just Orange County. So depending on where you are, you can check out your local chapter. Less expensive than the national organization to join. And again, great opportunity for networking. Let's see. Oh, and they do have a student discount as well, by the way. I can't remember what it is. But a lot of these organizations do have a student discount. Oh yeah, $50. So, oh, faculty discount. So if you did join as a student before you graduate, you can always get a discount. So all these organizations do offer student discounts, which is really nice. So that's a cool thing to check out. All right. So Learning Guild and ATD skew more corporate. ISTE skews more K through 12. And the next one I'll look at is more higher ed. So ISTE, I don't know a lot about ISTE, but it's one of those popular ones that I've heard a bunch about. ISTE is more like educational technology. It's more K through 12, and they do a big conference a year as well. The membership is way cheaper, probably because of their audience. ATD is $300 for the national organization to join a year, which is crazy. ISTE is $85 a year with, I don't know if they offer a discount or not, but it's much lower pricing per year to be a member of this. Similarly, they offer certificates. They do have their own press as well. They do publish some books. You don't have to be a member to get the books. You can see these are more K through 12 focused, which is cool. We have some jumpstart guides for a quick reference on hot topics. Let's see what else they have. Journals. They do scholarly journals. Yeah, they have their own research journal as well. The next one we'll look at has a journal also. And they do offer events. They offer some online events as well as a big conference every year that has some virtual stuff, I believe. And ISTE is they set the standards for teacher education. So in the College of Ed at Fullerton, if you see any references to ISTE on our syllabi, we're required in MSIDT to use the college syllabi for template, and it tends to refer to ISTE, which we don't use in instructional design, but if you wonder what ISTE is, they set the standards for teacher education. All right. AECT. This one is more higher ed, and I did not put in a little link to it for myself, so let's put in AECT. So this one's more higher ed focused, and it's also a little more expensive. It's $150 a year if you want to be a member of this. Similarly, they do a huge conference every year. They don't have a ton of online stuff for regular events otherwise. What else do they have? They do have a good reference library. They got some research stuff, tech trends. I've seen tech trends a few times. That's a regular journal that publishes about technology, which you might be interested in higher education. What else? I saw that they had a video library. Yeah, here it is. So let's see, they have recordings of past webinars. And these, you don't have to be a member to view. You just have to find that video library link here. I'll put that in the chat just because I am here. These are all free. They just play. So again, you can see these are really higher ed focused, things about systematic literature reviews, open publishing, community of inquiry framework. That's something you're interested in. Instructional design across industries. That would probably be really, 2002. No, I think that's a typo. I think it's 2022. Yeah, all the other ones around it are newer. That sounds really interesting. That's probably something I should put in one of my classes. See, you should know what these things are so you can know what's out there. And then these are things that you might be interested in using in your own life or sharing with others. You can see some pretty good stuff here. Again, I'm in higher education, so I'm interested in a lot of these things. If you're looking for a career in higher education, that might be interesting for you as well. And they do have a scholarly journal as well. Where is it? Oh, I'm in Vimeo. And they do have a journal as well, which makes them, extra fancy. Here it is. Educational technology, research, and development. So if you ever wondered where scholarly journals come from, they come from organizations like this, and you actually be a member of the organization as well as, get access to a scholarly journal.